What's going on, everyone? Stained Glass Assassin. Now, I probably won't be covering many sports-related topics on the channel, but in my previous video I talked about Disney layoffs and that ESPN was going to have their own round of cuts, but I didn't really have any information on it. Well, this Deadline article today kind of clears those questions up. It says here that ESPN cuts about 20 on-air personalities, including Jeff Van Gundy, Susie Colbert, Jalen Rose, Max Kellerman, and Keyshawn Johnson. Now, it's a shame about Susie Colbert. I really liked her on Monday Night Football. I thought she really knew her stuff, brought a lot to the table. Definitely kind of broke down that whole stereotype of women football, blah, blah, blah. So that'll be a shame moving forward. I also saw they also cut here Chris Chelios, Rob Ninkovich, and longtime anchor Neil Everett, too. So more cuts. The article says, given the current environment, ESPN has determined it necessary to identify some additional cost savings in the area of public-facing commentator salaries, and that process has begun. Now, I don't know how much commentators make. I don't know if it's millions, tens of millions. I have no idea. And I'm assuming that long-time contracts, like people have been there for a long time, 20 plus years, make more money. So generally, when you're making cuts, you go for the big fish. That's just kind of how that works, unfortunately. The article continues here. It says that ESPN has been navigating a dramatic shift in its economic foundation due to ongoing cord cutting. After peaking at about 100 million households a decade ago, the network reported reaching only 74 million homes in 2022. That doesn't really come as a shock. I mean, when I was a kid in the 90s, ESPN, our sports center, that was, clutch. ESPN was the source for all your sports needs. Rumors, inside information, breaking news. But obviously, like many companies, they've suffered since the internet has grown. You have dozens and dozens of websites and blogs and whatnot that have their own fan base, their own following, which take away from the pie from Disney. And of course, the direct competitors, CBS, NBC, Fox, they all have their own sports analysts. So no surprise that they're losing viewership. But one of the things that caught my eye down here was, it says, at the same time, it is facing disruptions to its long, reliable revenue streams. ESPN is also confronting steep escalations in sports rights fees. Disney has recently opted to re-up with the NFL, expand its SEC college football footprint, and reclaim the NHL. But it faces a multi-billion-dollar question about whether to re-up with the NBA when the deal expires after the 2024-2025 season. Multi-billion dollar. That's what caught my eye, because obviously ESPN has its own bosses and management and they have to make their own decisions, but Disney, the parent company, is not doing well with their finances right now. They have to come up with $9 billion to give to Comcast at the beginning of the year. Well, at least that process gets started at the beginning of the year, but I don't think they have $9 billion. I've speculated this. That's why they're going through layoffs, purging content from Disney, canceling, attractions at the theme parks. They're doing this because they need to either make money or not spend money. And of course, lopping off, I don't know how many millions of dollars these contracts are, but that's a good start into, getting that $9 billion. The thing is I don't think that's going to be the end of layoffs, or at least the end of, purging of content and those types of things. In fact, where did I put it at? There's another article here. There it is. National Geographic lays off writers. The Disney-owned title will survive on freelancers. I don't think many people know that Nat Geo is owned by Disney, which I think that was part of the Fox merger. I'm not sure, but in any case, the famed National Geographic magazine has become the latest victim of those painful Disney cuts. Several writers of the already picked-over publication were laid off Wednesday. Again, that's more layoffs. This is from, June 28th, so I missed that by a couple days. But either way, this just highlights the situation that Disney is in. You would not be laying off people from National Geographic, ESPN, all these 7,000, employees from the parks and whatnot. Of course, the content purge. I don't think they're done yet. I think that's why I speculated that we need to keep our eyes peeled, because in the next 6 months, I think they're going to be forced to make a really big decision. And I think they'll hit the panic button if Indiana Jones ends up bombing. I don't know if it will or not. It's coming out this weekend. Actually, you can see right down here, it says Indy rings up 7.2 million Thursday night. So I don't know what that'll lead to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But either way, if this thing loses, $200+ million, I don't think Disney's going to have a choice. They're going to have to start making a lot more shakeup with the upper management, bring people in to actually make them money so they can stop bleeding money at the box office. And as we talked about, maybe some IPs trade hands, maybe they start licensing out some properties. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to bring up that ESPN article because it answers my question from the other video that I had no answer to, so that kind of sheds some light on the situation. And then this Nat Geo thing, it just caught my eye at the same time. So either way, just a real quick little video there I just wanted to touch up on. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think the layoffs are going to continue? Do you think there's going to be more purging of content? Or, hey, maybe some layoffs of the upper management? I don't know. Or just let me know what's on your mind in general. I look forward to reading the comments. If you liked the video, go ahead and like and subscribe so you know when the next one comes out. If you didn't like the video, I still appreciate you watching. But until we meet again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.